Absolutely nothing goes better with your third cup of coffee like some D3 Lacrosse. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Melissa, Texas for the LSA tournament. And this has been Friday. We were able to get through it. No weather, no delays. Saturday, we are praying for the same results. Heckman Harrison alongside Morgan Alexander. And Morgan, you got to be excited about today's slate of games because you got some of the best in D3, D2, and D1 later facing one another.
Yeah, and yesterday we saw a great set of matchups that will continue on and play today, and it's only going to get more and more competitive as the weekend goes on, which is definitely super exciting for all the fans watching live here or on the live stream.
Yeah, hopefully if you elected to stay in and watch us on the stream, we appreciate you for joining us. The first game here is the University of Texas at Dallas, the Comets versus the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Cajuns come in 6-1. Led by Keith Sheeter, and they have some guys on their team that can absolutely Bennett. Michael Forka is one of them, number 48. Watch for him, a guy that has 17 goals on the season. Also number 23, David Kermew. I never know if I'm pronouncing those those names correctly. I hope I am. On the other side for UT Dallas, the Comets have Kyle Ouellette, who has 31 goals on the season. Down at the face-off to get things started here early from the Ford Sports Complex.
Kyle Ouellette from Pittsford, Mendon, New York, one of the highly touted programs out of upstate New York. So he's definitely played a high level of lacrosse since the youth level, I would say, being born and raised in that Rochester area.
I'm going to say he's cheating a little bit there, bringing that northeast swag down to Texas, and that's indicative of the 31 goals that he scored this season.
100%, and it's a great program there. Growing up, I played around that area. As far on the female side of girls lacrosse, they have a very talented program. Same with the men, and you could definitely see he's bringing that down here, playing for UT Dallas.
Nothing perfect. We're trying to wake the shot clock up this morning.
Seems like a topic of conversation this weekend is that shot clock.
Yeah.
Finding a way to get it to work.
Well, I think in the second game that we had yesterday, I think they just X-nayed the whole shot clock and said, look, we're just going to keep it manually on the field. Finally figured out a way to get it going, but.
And we talked about the importance of the shot clock and how it's changed the game so much, and it's progressed the game and making it more fast-paced, higher scoring, especially when you watch teams like Texas play. They have a high-powered offense, and utilizing that shot clock has allowed them to just put on a clinic offensively.
I think that's what we witnessed yesterday. Was we didn't get the invite, but we didn't know that that's what we were going to be a part of. But yeah, that was definitely a clinic yesterday put on by the University of Texas. A great job by those guys.
And going back to how it used to be in men's lacrosse, where it was at the ref's discretion when you were going to put a shot clock on, where you had to stay inside the box, and if you stepped outside the box, then it was a turnover. And I think adding this shot clock has just made it a lot easier. Instead of letting the refs dictate, are they stalling, are they not? That's subjective. Now it's very much so not subjective. It's the shot clock is what it is, and it runs out when it runs out.
And the thing is, when you have a team that can pass the ball, their precision, with so much precision, they can go to that prevent that we were talking about yesterday. You get a healthy lead in lacrosse. It's still not safe, but if you can, pretty much melt that clock down, there's nothing another team can do to take the ball away from you. So I think the shot clock has definitely changed all of that. And like you said, more points, more excitement.
There'd be times, before the shot clock, especially in the women's side, where teams would hold the ball for 5-6 minutes. Syracuse played Northwestern in the national championship, and it's like a 2-goal, 1-goal game, and they basically won. Northwestern ended up holding the ball. And I think they realized at that moment, all right, we got to speed the game up a little bit here and maybe make some adjustments.
Wait a minute, Morgan, do you think it happened at that exact moment? That's where the shot clock was invented. It's like, look, we can't have this.
Maybe I'm biased, but I think that might have had something to do with it.
As we get things going again here in Melissa, UTD.
We talked a lot yesterday about depth on the sideline. Both of these teams not having a huge roster and depth here, so it'll be interesting to see the type of offense they play and how they stay in it, considering the lack of subs. UT Dallas with only 3 here over on the sideline.
And you saw right there from Ouellette, it was a perfect pass, side of the crease, but just not able, the Comets not able to get on the board with a score. You see right now, number 33 is the guy that they're going to try and move through. He is cutting in and out of that Raging Cajuns defense. There he is, inside with the score, right on cue. Number 33, Kyle Ouellette, gets the first score for UT Dallas.
Just a simple flash hard in the middle, see the ball, catch, finish low. Great hands, great stick work, the ability to, like we said yesterday, catch, then shoot, throw in a little bit of a fake, and finish that ball low.
It's a great catch and release, and I'll tell you what, the Raging Cajuns are a team that comes into Melissa 6-1. Everyone is talking about these guys at the D3 level. They have pretty much dominated their division. They find themselves down early.
It's the face-offs. We talk a lot about possession of the game, and so far it's been 2 face-offs in a row for UT Dallas.
And I've heard you, Morgan, make mention of, the depth on rosters as you see these two teams. At a certain point, the attrition starts to pay dividends for certain teams. But when you're able to dominate at the face-off, that's one thing that mitigates the fact that you don't have the players.
Oh, 100%. If you have someone extremely talented at the face-off level, you don't need that depth if you can consistently get the ball in your hands and take care of it.
And trying to work it inside, and another score for the Comets. Okay, don't underestimate the Comets this morning. These guys have eaten their Wheaties.
Now that's the definition of a garbage goal here. Ball gets thrown into the middle. It's on the ground here. It's on the ground. Just a pick up really quick. Finish low to low. Again, great lacrosse IQ. Instead of just staring at the ball, attacking the ball while it's on the ground, picking up as quick. He picked that ball up so quick that no one had time to crash on him and cause a turnover. It's a great finish. Overall, great stick work.
Bit of a change there at the face-off. Does it pay dividends for the Raging Cajuns? Ground ball work. Yep, and another possession for the Comets. Guys staying aggressive and working.
Credit to this ride right here, not allowing them to get the ball over and attacking them hard. Now, on that face-off, I think that was a 50-50 ball. Louisiana had an opportunity to come up with a ground ball there, just couldn't corral it.
Early time of possession right here, 12-26, favoring UT Dallas. Like you said, the face-off has been an issue early for the Raging Cajuns. But time of possession right now, again, favoring UT Dallas. The Comets staying aggressive, and that's an errant pass that's going to go out of bounds unless they're able to chase that one down. They're not. That's going to be a turnover in possession.
We'll finally have a look at this Louisiana offense. One that we have thought to be pretty high profile, you might say.
Yes.
But we have
Well, here's your turn, Morgan. As you see pressure applied on the ride, and you're not going to get your wish.
I guess not. I guess not.
Comets working from the far side, GLE. Again, setting up their offense, middle of the field. Zachary Dagno.
And they are playing that slow style, possession style lacrosse.
Oh, no, you love it.
But, with the lack of subs, it makes a lot of sense on why they're doing what they're doing, and they're having success at the faceoff, taking care of the ball, winding down that shot clock, scoring a goal, and then resetting up the faceoff and getting the ball back again.
I love that. That really is the coach in you when you start talking like that, because you know that it's just the X's and O's, the scheme of this. In a rare opportunity on offense now for Louisiana. Not taking any time. Nothing slow, nothing methodical about that on offense for Louisiana. They are calling their number and going immediately.
So I think what we've seen so far is they want to play fast. And cost them there. Great take, but also you just got the ball on offense.
Luke Dominique, number 12, with the initial shot for Louisiana. Again, another opportunity on offense now for the Comets. Eaton Weber, number 44, working from behind the Comets leading here early by 2 scores. The second one, as Morgan called, a garbage goal, but scored nonetheless.
Is a goal.
Goal is a goal. They made it happen.
This This ride for UT Dallas has been relentless so far. Here, you can see maybe a little bit of the tiredness to not finish that out physicality-wise. And here's our first good look at their offense here. Not transition, settled offensive set.
Jake Johnson at number 10 on the far side to Colin Burgos. Furka inside, you see him cock it. Looked like he was about to shoot it. Hands got free for a quick second. The slide comes immediately on 7. And that's what you call painting the corner for number 7, Jonathan Furka.
Yeah, number 7 in white. He wanted that shot all day long. He had the alley dodge, maybe had a shot with his left hand, kicked it low, and then said, hey, feed me back, and drilled that upper right corner, low to high. That's a great finish, great shot.
And the celebration, putting your gun back in the holster after a score like that from Furka. And you could tell the anticipation of getting on offense. They hadn't had any opportunities. When we got our first look at these guys, they got an opportunity to get to pay dirt and make it count. But there's another win at the face-off for the Comets. Settle call being made on this end for Don Scally. Comets come in 4 and 5. And trying to work for the ground ball. Easy ground ball taken there for the Raging Cajuns. Another opportunity on offense.
Look for Jonathan Furka coming in out of the box as an O-midi. His downhill dodging speed is so fast, and we talk a lot about being able to change speed and change direction. He's smaller in stature, but he's so incredibly quick in his first step. Again, his ability to flash through the middle, switch hands quickly, and fire off a shot. Look to him to really take this offense to the next level.
But it's 2 Furkas out there. You got Michael and Jonathan Furka. Number 48, Michael, was who we talked about in the pregame at 17 scores on the season. Something tells me number 7 has more than 7 goals on the season.
Yeah, they're looking to feed him quite a bit in the middle, up top of the dodge. He seems like their go-to guy right now. Rightfully so. He's definitely very confident with the ball.
Great clear there for the Comets, and another opportunity for these guys on offense. 7:25 here in the first quarter. Ekman Harrison alongside Morgan Alexander. And what is going to be another day of LSA tournament lacrosse.
If not him scoring, just the safety net of possession to not throw the ball out of bounds. He does a great job of keeping that offense settled. The last couple possessions, he hasn't touched it unless it was off a feed through the middle.
So when you have your best player with the hot head, make sure you continue to feed him. Coach Morgan Alexander giving them the keys to victory here.
And it's not even so much getting him the ball to score, it's getting him the ball to hold the ball, create a great possession, and not turn it over. Whether you give him the ball at X, have him hold it for 20 seconds, then you get into your offense, just a safety net of knowing, hey, he's probably not going to turn the ball over. Great save. They're left to right down the alley. You're going to shoot that shot, you've got to change your levels. He saw that coming very far away, but a great move from up top.
And you could tell his defense, they trust him as well. They saw that they had a clear alley there for the shot, and great recognition by Matt Metzger to get the save. But another opportunity here for the Raging Cajuns.
And sometimes you like your offense to sweep through in front of the net when he's going to shoot. And I know that sounds crazy, like, oh, you might get hit. But when you do that, it shields the ball away from the goalie. And then as the ball's coming, even if it isn't a great shot, he can't see it coming, if that makes sense, as you sweep through in front of the cage.
No, it does. A great rear check there to dislodge the ball, and another offensive possession. Is there a long pole goal coming? No, the ball comes off the head of the stick at the last minute. Great defense on the other side for Louisiana. Cajuns back on the move. Ball is out of bounds. They better get there fast.
A lot of balls on the ground here. Again, another one. Maybe looking for them to get the jitters out, kind of take care of the ball a bit better on both sides.
Yeah, that's Luke Domingue trying to get through traffic, and maybe not the shot that you would have taken. Calling his own number, weaving through traffic. But another turnover and possession here for Louisiana. And I think pointing this out, Morgan, for what you talked about for the comments, got 3 guys over here, subs for these guys. At some point, you got to think that the attrition is going to start to matter. Mom goal. Mom goal as on the other side, the Raging Cajuns started to celebrate. Don't think the Cajuns need much to get it going to a celebration.
No, and as a goalie or as a defender, he had little to no angle on that shot down there.
But just like that, the Comets with another score, 1-2-3, and they find the back of the net, and that's number 19. Thomas Ebertson.
Just a simple transition play here. Seeing those numbers on the backside, you see the lack of a shift defensively. They're all on the right side. He took full advantage of pushing the ball up to the left, finding that easy shot to get them up 3-1. Push them in transition. They want to play fast. You can make them pay by pushing it out the other way just as fast.
And another victory at the face-off. Zachary Dagnall doing the work.
And again, we talked about this. It doesn't matter the amount of depth you have, the amount of quote-unquote talent you have. If you have the ability to get the ball on the face-off field, no matter what your numbers are,
automatically my eyes are placed on the team that has the most athletes, and I think immediately that team's going to win. They are going to come out here and they are going to run these guys.
Well,
boy, as far as this first quarter, boy, was I wrong.
100%. We both were. I think when you look out, and I see that as a coach, I think a lot of people look at my team that I coached and say, well, they don't have pure talent. How are they winning? It's not about pure talent. It's about what you do as a team. And if that means just having someone that's really good at the draw for women's lacrosse, or at the face-off for the men, and then taking care of the ball offensively, that's all you really need. You don't need, 6 guys that can just pin corners all game. Great, I mean, I'm sure that's awesome to have that. But if you don't, it doesn't mean you're the worst team out there either, by any means. I think the utilization of Kyle Ouellette and his ability to draw the defense in. Everybody's worried about where he is on the field, and sometimes with that opens up opportunities for other guys to step up and make plays. Having someone of that high caliber on that team can either go great or work against you. And I think you're seeing other guys step up because they're keying on him so much.
I love that. And that's what you call a force multiplier, a guy that raises everybody's level of play up. First timeout taken here, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. They take a timeout on the field. We'll do the same and be right back as play resumes here on Game On Sports. Onto the field, Heckma Harrison here alongside Morgan Alexander. In the Ford Sports Village at the Z Complex in Melissa, Texas. This is a beautiful complex with multiple fields. We have been spoiled now for 2 days.
And then you look to your right and see Melissa's football stadium, which being from upstate New York, I mean, they don't make them like that.
They don't. That's different. That's different. You know, I would love to say we do things bigger and better in Texas, but that's just that's just sweet.
It's kind of confusing. It's nicer than most college stadiums.
Oh yeah. They're doing it right here, Melissa, and they are building up, and you can tell from the businesses and just the housing, the community. This is a beautiful community that's doing nothing but getting bigger. Advantage. Working the clear. There's a check that brings that ball off. Number 27 putting in work. Michael Phillip working inside, and the bouncer for number 43 and the score for the Raging Cajuns. Great score up close as you see them work the pass. That's as far as an offensive possession, that was probably the smoothest one. Fast break there for the Raging Cajuns. Now bringing it to within one. 1:09 left in the first quarter. The scoop out. Just complete domination at the faceoff.
They're trusting their wing players to get involved in the action on the face-off, not just the 1v1 battle in the center circle.
And Coach Scully barking out these orders, telling them to hold for one, recognizing you are at 46 seconds. Maybe they didn't hear number 23 immediately shoots Chris Espinoza.
It's our first flag of today.
Yeah, of today. What are you this morning? First one, relish it. I'm sure we got plenty of flags yet to come.
We got plenty coming our way, but it's the first one of the day. First man-up look for today.
Let's see if the Comets can take advantage here with 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
Keys and a man-up, spreading out, making the defense have to step out and play you.
That's a long one. But, boy, this guy is – that's number 34. I'm going to give – hey, they all starting to look. That's Johnny Smith, number 34 with the goal. You also look 10 yards away in a man-up situation. Why is that so key when you're able to shoot from distance because of the man-up?
They always look for man-up. Sometimes there's a thing called a man-up unit. And it's not necessarily guys that play on the field the whole time, but they have a hard shot from outside because and a lot of times they're looking for that inside cut. If you can shoot from outside and no one slides up on you, it's super beneficial. And right there you saw what we talked about a minute ago about how if there's somebody standing in front of the goalie, it kind of shields the ball so they can't see it. And I think that's what you saw right there. He shot low to low, but the sweep in front of the net allowed him to have success.
Vision was impacted, and I'll tell you what, the Raging Cajuns are lucky that that did not ultimately result in a score. That is the end of the first quarter. Both teams take the break for the second. We will do the same in return as play resumes for the second quarter here on Game On Sports. Back in action here for the second quarter. Still working off the penalty from the first quarter. Possession is going to stay on this end with the Comets. Score 3-2 here in the second quarter.
A missed opportunity there on the clear. We talked about that earlier, is they just are so eager to get the ball up and push it in transition. And when it works, but when it doesn't, you're giving UT Dallas the opportunity to have another good look on cage.
And Morgan, someone like yourself who has played high-level lacrosse and has obviously gone to a school where you play high-level lacrosse, when Cajuns have, is it just the fact that they're probably just not used to playing from behind, that they're kind of rushing on offense?
Yeah, and like we said earlier, and like I just said, sometimes that run and gun game is very successful against certain teams, but when you play a team like UT Dallas that is winning a lot of the faceoffs, again, their ability to score when they have the ball and then go right back to the faceoff and win, it can put you in a tough position this game. But again, great.
With the score for the Comets, bringing the score to 4-2. It only took 58 seconds for the Comets to get a score. There you go. And it's like you mentioned, getting the wings involved and another face-off victory.
But you can't forget the amount of opportunities that you know, consistently, and they haven't taken advantage of them yet.
Another opportunity here for the Comets on offense. Morgan just basically outlined exactly what another opportunity for the Comets whistles.
Man, the wind is whipping out here today. I can tell you that. I don't think it typically has a huge impact on the sport of lacrosse, the wind, but it's a little challenging.
Maybe an opportunity missed right there. Nope, the Comets still have the possession.
And here you're seeing the speed. No. But why not challenge him to cage?
On offense for sloppy play to get things started here this morning.
It's early. It's early Saturday morning.
Yes, it is. The aforementioned number 10.
I just think you need to be looking for number 7 in white to dictate this offense and the momentum. He's had success. He's fast with the ball. He's the one that's really taking over for them offensively. I think if I'm them, I'm giving the ball to him no matter what right now. He's hot.
It's weird, and it's really weird to see a team that's down by 2 scores go away from their playmakers. So
you want to spread the wealth. You really do. But you also got to stick to what works. You know, don't fix something that's not broken. And I'm a firm believer in that, especially if you see somebody that's just dodging past people with ease.
Now I don't know if you're a Rocky fan, but in the movie Rocky, Apollo Creed tells Rocky there is no tomorrow. So
yeah.
There is no tomorrow for these guys.
Survive and advance. Super important. So like I said, don't fix what's not broken.
There's another end trying to get into the alley. Oh, was that another one of your, not going to call it a garbage goal.
Garbage goal, yeah, that's what we call it in the sport of lacrosse. A goal is a goal. We love either one. But it is a heads-up play when the ball's in front of the net to be able to put it in. That's a lot harder than you think. It takes a lot of skill to pick the ball up super fast and finish it. Can't go unnoted that it's not the easiest thing in the world.
And what do? They get the ball right into the head of the stick of number 7. Well, back to the other Forca.
You want to get the ball around, spread the wealth, act like everybody is a threat. But again, ISOing him from up top, his ability to just split dodge is truly remarkable. And his ability to shoot with his both hands. You know he's a dominant righty. He pulled him to his left, split down the alley to his right hand. It's a great shot. I'm utilizing that matchup. He had him beat.
And maybe Keith Cheater, he heard exactly what you said and were telling these guys to get the ball to number 7, but another turnover for the Raging Cajuns and possession for the Comets.
You got to utilize what works, and I think you saw the best look they just had in that possession was from number 7 in white. Just keep doing that. Keep allowing him to split down the alley, maybe draw a slide, then someone's wide open. Not a lot of off-ball movement here. but he's super talented dodger. Why not utilize that in his speed, especially on a team that has a depleted roster with not a lot of subs on the sideline over here?
Looks like we have a slashing penalty. Get that called against number 44, Eaton Weber, with the slash. 1 minute opportunity here now. Man up opportunity for the Raging Cajuns.
Man up here, you want to spin the ball super fast, shift that defense. But throwing and catching seems to be a little bit off today. Like you said, maybe some nerves early in the morning. Hopefully they settle in, but I can tell you who isn't having an issue is number 7 in white.
Yeah, number 7 in white not having any, but I tell you, Matt Metzger, the goalie for the Comets, doing a great job. And let's just see if the Comets can burn this penalty, but they are going full steam ahead. Possession is going to stay on this end, and a great job by UT Dallas. They burned the penalty, and we are all knotted up. Thomas Ebertson bringing the ball in from the end line for the Comets. Referee never put his flag back in his pocket, so a little laundry just laying out here. Splitting defenders, and Thomas Ebertson with an opportunity.
And you can hear the coaching staff in that play yelling, double the ball. They were man up, and they were allowing them just to dodge all over them. And as a coach, you have to know when you're man up that you're doubling the ball. And they did a good job of relaying that information. But I think it has to just come naturally, knowing we have an extra guy out here. So what do? We double team the ball.
Comets bringing the ball in from the far side again, trying to work their offense in close, and another score for UT Dallas. Number 17, Zachary Dagnall. Not only is he doing it at the faceoff, but also
low. He was open. How you get it, you spin it again, spin it one more time, finishes low. Great ball movement, great finish.
Dagnall back down at the X for the Comets. And as you stated before, Morgan, how much of an advantage it is when you are able to get the score. And
Louisiana does have a lot of talent offensively, but just the ability for UT Dallas to come up with a lot of the face-off wins has really allowed them to limit that talent from exploding on this field today.
Dagnall wins at the faceoff, scoops it back to the wing, but just not able to keep the possession. Another opportunity here for the Raging Cajuns. Down by 3.
Again, and my ability to just make that defense move is super important. And I think when you watch him as a Dodger, he does a great job of utilizing both hands and keeping his defense honest, and they all want to watch him and turn their heads to him. So I would be getting the ball through him. And
as you saw right there, coming across the alley with the shot.
Yeah, unlucky there. You know, it's tough when you hit a pipe. It's always not fun. You have a great look. That's a great shot. Coming across his right hand, you want to hit it low left corner. Just unlucky on the pipe.
Boy, that is unfortunate there for the Comets. Number 2 just slips. Colin Burgos. Intercepted pass numbers here for the Raging Cajuns. They elect to pull it back. There's our guy, number 7. That is wide of the pipes. think after a day we figured out where not to park our cars.
Correct.
So
you watch this offense. They're allowing number 7 White. They want to give him the ball, and his hands are so quick. They're utilizing him now in the inside. Just these flash cuts through the middle. Strong righty up.
And that last shot was a catch and release from Jonathan Furka. And Jake Johnson with the bouncer, and nothing Matt Metzger could do to stop it.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Catches the ball, hard right-handed alley dodge, step down shot, got his hands free, low, great low shot. Good opportunity for Louisiana here to step it up and maybe get back in this game a little bit, but it starts right here at the face-off.
5-3, 6:38 remaining in the first half. And Raging Cajuns starting to steal a little of the momentum. But they are going to have to figure out the problem at the face-off.
Again, who other than Furka with the ball on that face-off.
Furka to Furka exchange. Number 7 and 48 are clearly brothers.
What a great experience for them to be able to play together at this level. Something that a lot of kids wish they could have done. I know for me with my siblings, would have been pretty awesome to be able to do that. I think.
Me and my siblings can't get together to get a Mother's Day gift. I hope they're listening. So there's your guy Furka that is cutting near the crease and gets the shot off, but another save there by Matt Metzger.
Metzger's having himself a day, keeping UT Dallas in this game. A lot of doorstep saves that aren't easy to make, but he's making it look pretty easy here today.
And I think that's the most intimidating thing is those guys, those doorstep point-blank range shots. I mean, how do you have the eye and hand coordination to get those saves in that close? Metzger's putting on a clinic in that regard.
It's in tighter, easier sometimes because a lot of attackers or midfielders get so excited when they get on that doorstep that they just want to get rid of the ball. And they step out as a goalie and decrease that angle, and they just stuff them. If you don't make a move at all, it's a goalie's dream. In and outside, it's a little bit harder of a shot. We talked about the power versus finesse shooting. You know, a 90-mile-per-hour shot from outside could be a little bit harder to track.
Yeah, I agree. And definitely those that are coming out of the line of sight, you have to keep your head on a swivel. Most of these goalies that I've seen have had to do that. But just to me, the intimidation factor, again, doing a heck of a job. Another wide shot going through the parking lot. Tell you, if you're a lacrosse player in Melissa, want to make some extra bucks, just come out to the sports complex, the Z-Plex, and shag balls out here. I'm sure you can get some money. Someone will pay you to do that.
Probably shouldn't park right behind that backstop. Although I thought it was going to catch the balls, I'm not so sure.
And if you are a sad teenager, come out here and ask for Fred Garner. That's Furka working inside, hands free. You called it. He answered. And a little corn on the cob for a celebration there for Furka.
And watch this shot here. He starts in his left hand, goes back to his right, slight hesitation, face dodge, hands free, rips it. Now, one of the shot, but his ability to not just go high to high or low to low, that hip shot is extremely difficult to save for Metzger in the cage.
Well, we've been applauding Metzger for his ability to get those point-blank range saves as Furka does it from about 5 yards out. And again, the Raging Cajun on the field. Timeout called. Talk about a guy that is valuable. And it's number 17, the guy at the face-off, Zachary Dagnall.
He's hustling off the field here. Seems to be in decent shape. Might have just gotten hit. A little stinger, as we call it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much of a stinger. I don't know about that. He's smiling, so that may make you an inch shorter. Gosh. 347. Wow. Wow. Morgan, I'm telling you what, you were talking on the other side about Furka and making sure that he keeps the ball. I think on the other was a finesse shot.
It's a great split to his left hand. A great shot because he didn't just shoot low to low. It was a bouncer, which is so incredibly hard to read as a goalie because when the ball bounces, you either step to it and hope that it hits off you, but if it bounces a certain way, that's going in every time. And you're right, he is that dominant go-to player for UT Dallas here today. It's that.
Look, I am not from the lacrosse state at all, so that's all you.
Pittsburgh Mendon is a very highly touted program, so he's definitely grown up around some of the best.
And it is showing out here with the way that he is hitting the back of the net.
Around 3 minutes left to play till halftime.
I think it may be a little less than that. We're going to check time here in just a quick second, but how about that for the check and another turnover? I think if they look at this, the Raging Cajuns come back to this first half, they're going to be kicking themselves with the missed opportunities.
Both of these teams is only when they have the ball in transition. Other than that, it's kind of slower paced. I think on ground balls, not running through them, kind of just poking at them.
Let's say not that last possession for the Comets. That's one that I'm sure Coach Skelly wished that they had back.
A lot of up and down so far in this matchup.
The timeout, we're going to do the same. Try and get hopefully we have the time correct and score. Be back with more lacrosse here on Game On Sports. Back in action here on Game On Sports.
Just a reminder, the time on our screen is a little bit off in comparison to the time on the field. So if you see all these guys wrap it up in a minute here, it's because we're a little off right now.
Trying to figure out the
communication.
Yeah, communication is a little off right now. It's between.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
The opportunity here on offense for UTD as time expires. Ahead by 3 scores, and I think everyone here at the LSA tournament a bit surprised by the way that the comments have come out. Oh, no, you got something on that.
No, we talked about that yesterday a lot. Catch, then shoot. Sounds cliche, sounds obvious, but you said even in the sport of football, a lot of times wide receivers will make a great move and drop an easy pass because they're ready for their next step before they even come into contact with the ball.
And going for the LPG, Jonathan Kitchen, that one's off. Step in and shot.
Another timeout here. Man, using your timeouts this early, very interesting. 30 seconds left, and it comes down to a 1-goal game, and you've burned all your timeouts right in the first half. Strategically wise, it's a lot to talk over, but also you're only down by a couple and going into half.
Raging Cajuns trying to make sure that they have the perfect play to execute. Field. Trying to get it to your guy inside, and another one that pings the ball. Of the first half, University of Texas at Dallas leading by 3 scores. The score here in Melissa, UTD 7, Louisiana 4. And so far that first half, I think you're going to say the execution.
They definitely did. They took care of the ball offensively when needed, found a good shot, utilized their best player in the best way possible. But again, it's a long lacrosse game. You have 2 more quarters left, and they have a little bit more depth and are looking to utilize that going into the second half here. But looking forward to a great game. It's been a great game so far, and we'll continue to do so in the second half.
It's halftime here in Melissa. We're going to take a break with them in return for the second half. Please make sure that you stay with us here on Game On Sports. We'll be right back.
Wing, he's working on a narrow goal face. Nobody comes in to pick it up late. Has that open lane, and the slides are coming late, so they're able to, they're not drawing that double. See if Houston can clean that up at halftime.
A low shot, and Rowe just wide of goal. And it appears the horn is sounded, bringing us to halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of the first half of play from Ford Sports Village at the Z-Plex in Melissa, Texas, as Game On Sports Network brings you live exclusive coverage of today's 2024 Lone Star Alliance Lacrosse Championships. And your score as we head to the halftime break in this Division III semifinal, with 7 goals in the second quarter, and a large part of that on the strength of the face-off dominance by Luke Germanis.
Yeah, I mean, and Houston's able to win and just excoriating the Cowboys on the face-off. And the Cowboys had a little bit of comeback on them. They were pressuring Germanis in the goal, in the face-off X, and but that unfortunately just went away. That pressure that they were applying went away in the last two face-offs. Germanis was just doing what he wanted.
Indeed, and then folks, we're going to take a break, and we'll have a highlight package here when we return. But we're going to take the highlight package right now as we look at some of the goals and highlights here from the first half of play, Jim. As Houston leading 11-5 here at the halftime break. And there, the first goal of the game for Houston with Venzer. And number 22 with a goal for Oklahoma State, the opening goal. Zach Schwartz with one of his 3 goals in the game.
Yeah, Schwartz, that was handy on the inside post.
Christian Venzer, his second of 4 goals. So
on the hands, and that's kind of on both squads.
Goal there, the first of 3 by Ben Smith. All 3 of Ben Smith's goals coming in the second quarter.
Nice handy stop there from the Oklahoma keeper.
And Richie there with another goal, or pardon me, Kevin Cassidy rather. The low shot, the 3rd tally of the afternoon for Christian Venzer.
You see again, nobody on Venzer. Him just able to operate freely, especially in on the crease.
And that pass off the knees to Zach Schwartz for his second goal of the afternoon.
Again, open lane, working on the perimeter. Back to what we were talking about earlier. A lot of these teams, they're evenly matched inside the offensive and defensive zone on both teams. It just comes down to transition, goal, or face-offs, and then who's winning ground balls. And Houston's obviously coming up on the top side, and that's really just an attitude thing. You can adjust that at halftime. You just tell them, hey, every ground ball is important. You got to go after them.
And our final replay there as we come back to live action. A great first half of action here in this Division III semifinal. The winner of this contest advances to the Lone Star Alliance Division III Championship. Tomorrow morning, that game currently scheduled for 11 a.m. Central right here on Game On Sports. And folks, you don't want to miss any of the exciting action here that we have for you all weekend long in the 2024 Lone Star Alliance Lacrosse Championships. Folks, we're going to step aside for a short halftime break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with the second half of this Division III semifinal. Houston 11, Oklahoma State 5. We'll see you in just a few minutes with more exciting Division III semifinal action. You're watching Lone Star Alliance Lacrosse on Game On Sports Network.
As the second half is set to commence, Heckman Harrison alongside Morgan Alexander. And Morgan, this is I guess we're all on upset alert right now because UTD is giving the Raging Cajuns all they can handle. And I think based off of what you were saying earlier, you think it's just all missed opportunities on the other side for the guys in red.
I do, and I think not utilizing their best players with every possession. And we talked to the head coach over here at UT Dallas at halftime, and he told us they played them earlier this season and came up short 9-7. So it's not like they were far off early on in the season. And as we talked about yesterday, teams get better as the year goes on, utilizing different players in different positions. And I think that's what you might be seeing here today.
And absolutely made sense when we got that report back from the head coach, and you could tell with the tempo and the way that UTD is playing these guys, they had a little bit of revenge set for this game, recognizing that they came close. These two teams met at Texas A&M in a tournament in College Station where UTD did come up a bit short. Another shot from the near side from number 43. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession will stay on this end.
We're already seeing Louisiana have a early possession in the second half, something that we did not see in the first half. Their ability to come up with the ball at the face-off and start to dictate the tempo of this half.
Now, are you happy about the patience that they're having on offense and multiple offensive possessions here to start the second half?
With patience comes organization. I think that's extremely important. Recognizing who your best players are, utilizing them, but you can only do that when you have the ball settled and you can take the time to be organized on the O end.
Ball's brought in from the end line as the rotation starts.
Look for a hard dodge from up top. An early slide coming makes a lot of sense.
Boy, that's a great job by number 45, getting his stick in the way of that shot because the line of sight for Metzger was impacted.
So they're now sending an early slide on him when he dodges because they know he's their go-to guy. And he's doing a great job of feeding the ball. That's great ball movement right there. I saw that coming a mile away. His ability to draw that defender away from the middle, kick it low, and then a flash cut through the middle, easy finish on the inside. That's a beautiful play. Great possession, great ball movement.
And exactly what you're talking about verbatim as Colin Burgos standing right at the crease and the bouncer and score. Nothing Metzger could do about it. And now the Raging Cajuns down by 2.
The no-look pass on the crease, making you think, maybe I'm going to go one way, kick it middle. It's great stick work, great lacrosse IQ. I'm seeing a different Louisiana team so far this half.
Calling his own number 17. That's a shot that ricochets off the back of a Louisiana player. UTD hadn't been playing that fast. About working for this ground ball. Let's see if the Raging Cajuns have the same patience here. The second offensive possession of the second half. Or tried to work it in close, thought he had an opportunity.
That's great patience on that shot. If he would have released that sooner, probably would have gotten knocked down by a defensive player for UTD. That split hesitation, getting the ball underneath.
Behind the back? You serious? We're pulling out all the stops here.
It's not a bad shot, but just know you want to increase your angle. If you want to do that, you got to get more in front of the crease before you release that ball behind the back. He was on his top side, makes a lot of sense, but you got to increase your angle. And the only person that can do that is you when you're dodging.
Johnny Smith working the clear on the other side here as the Comets with a opportunity here on offense. As the wind increases. Sure these guys are happy that it's not wind and rain. Well, that one was in close. Great defense there by the Raging Cajuns.
And the sun is starting to shine here in Melissa. Something we haven't seen all morning.
Let's hope that the weather holds up for the slate of games that we have today. Have Division II games after this and some great Division I matchups. I know you're excited about those matchups that are coming later.
I definitely am after seeing that Texas game yesterday and the speed at which they were playing at. To watch them again today against a couple other teams. Be really interesting to see.
I think there's going to be a man-up opportunity here for UTD. I want to see if there's a...
I think a push in the back.
I call it leveling.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. 27 maybe is, I give him 130 pounds. He felt that in his spirit as he takes a seat.
Yeah, we're starting to see over here on the sidelines the demeanor change. And we talked about, can they keep this really fast-paced offense going with the lack of subs on the sidelines? And looking over here, it's starting to see like it might be getting to them a little bit.
Yeah.
But they are man up here in this possession. Tough shot when you just get the ball. We talk about that all the time. You and I we're saying, you know, you're man up, you just get the ball, your defense is pretty tired, and then you go and rip a shot from 35 yards out.
Yeah.
Or stick side high.
Not the way you draw it up if you're a coach. That looked like a push, but not called. Referees in this the first half, they let it play. There was a bit of physicality, not everything called, but.
Well, it's also tough because the ball has been on the ground so much. And at what point do you draw the line of, you know, being physical on a ground ball and making those calls to put teams man up, man down? It's a tough situation. I like to see them battle it out. That's what's fun about lacrosse.
So we're all knotted up here as they burn the penalty. Not a lot of movement on the other side for the Louisiana.
And listening to this sideline, you're hearing face guard number 7. That's all they're screaming. They know he's their go-to guy. They don't want to let him get the ball, but there are ways to still get him the ball. Face guards aren't 100% success rate. Screens, utilizing different things like that, hard jab cuts out to the side to get him open. You still have to utilize him on this Owen. He's been super successful this game, and you cannot take him completely out of this offensive possession.
Saw the dodge coming and then the slide. Another opportunity again for Louisiana on offense. And try to get it to number 7. He has had the magic stick for the Raging Cajuns.
All he needs is just a little step right there. That's all you need, is a little bit of space to feed that ball through the middle.
8:55, the shot clock.
Shot clock expiring. And for those of you wondering why they throw it to the corner, well, it's a longer way to clear the ball, throwing it to the corner, than just dropping it right there at the 35-yard line, giving him a better chance at pushing it in transition, if that makes sense.
That's not very courteous.
Smart. It's very smart. Ooh.
Boy, running.
That's a great check. He saw him coming full speed. It's a great ride. It's been a slow third quarter here. Not a lot of offensive production on either side. Keeping this game tight.
Yeah, Michael Taylor trying to take things into his own hands and work that clear, but he ran into the Raging Cajun defense. But I love what you picked up on this this comment sideline. The demeanor has changed a lot. Guys have when the universal signal for I'm tired, hands on hips. So
yes, definitely. And it's tough. You're playing a lot of lacrosse, going up and down quite a bit, not a lot of settled possessions. And you're seeing the frustration throwing that ball right there into the middle of nowhere. You know, as a coach, I always tell my players, just gut it out. Would you rather turn it over and have to sprint back down the other way, or just gut it out an extra 10 yards and then rest? I think that's super important to reiterate to them, because you don't realize, hey, if you do turn that over by a force feed, you're now sprinting down the other way and playing defense. And you can see we got one down on his knees in the middle of the field right now, like trying to catch his breath after that play.
Kids, I like it. Kids, I like it.
Raging Cajuns only down by 2 offensively. They've got to feel like, look, it's time to start executing our offense, work in, but Metzger, right place, right time again for the save.
It's a great cut. I love that offensive possession for them and their ability to make those shallow cuts.
Uh-oh, one-on-one situation here. Paulette missed. The shot bounces right off of the helmet. Yard sale stick on the ground, and possession going back to Louisiana. Missed opportunity there for the Comets.
It's a great ride. Good hustle play. He did fake. Problem is, when you go high, low, high, sometimes you don't catch the goalie to actually dip his stick low. Sometimes you just want to make it a little bit quicker on that fake and just sting it low.
Broken stick, but the score. Raging Cajuns making their way back into this contest. Maybe an early timeout needed here for UTD, as several of the players, you tell, hands on hips, a little tired here.
They're starting to look middle and feed the ball through the middle. First half, Louisiana was having success shooting from outside. Now they're pressing out outside and just stepping in the middle and finishing those shots. It's great ball movement. You love to see it. It's a great lacrosse IQ, heads-up play. Now we have a timeout here.
Timeout called on the field as Raging Cajuns are starting to steal some of the momentum.
And we're going to take a moment and acknowledge one of the sponsors here today, the McKinney Police Association. They're raffling a vehicle at their annual charitable golf tournament. This tournament benefits officers during trying times. Those trying times include injuries, severely sick children, and many other things that tend to burden officers with expenses out of their control. You can assist with this great cause by purchasing a $100 raffle ticket for your opportunity to win a brand new Cadillac CT4. The winner of this vehicle will be announced on the day of the tournament, May 24th. You do not have to be present to win. Now go to www.cognitoforums.com/NEP services/Crest Car Raffle to purchase tickets.
And that is a Cadillac, what was that again?
A Cadillac CT4. I think I might be heading over to purchase my raffle ticket as we speak.
As I rub my hands together, the CT4 is mine. Thank you so much, McKinney Police. As both teams make their way back onto the field, I'm telling you, the Comets have played a great 2.5 quarters of lacrosse, but if they are able to pull off the upset here in Melissa, they are going to have to gut it out. The numbers do not favor these guys, as on the other side, Coach Sheeter is running different players out at this Comets team. And maybe if I was on the other side and I know you're against this, but I would increase the pace on these guys to get them a little bit more tired. Well, that looked like a push, but not called.
And it's a great comment that you make there. Increasing pace does not necessarily mean pushing the ball in transition. What that means is having good quality possession and spinning the ball fast. The defense has to constantly shift. it's a slower down pace for the offense, but definitely not for the defense. They're moving the entire time, and that will tire them out. So pace doesn't necessarily mean run and gun. It just means moving the defenders and not allowing them to stand in the same spot and catch their breath.
Another offensive possession here for UT Dallas. Number 33, Oled. Hands free inside. Boy, the slide coming immediately. Errant pass goes out of bounds. And gosh, they're hanging their heads right there. Missed opportunity.
Louisiana starting to put the early slide on some of their best players to force those turnovers. A great adjustment that they made at halftime.
Another loose ball. Both teams are hustling up for the ground ball. Referee blows the whistle. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession, though, stays on this end.
About 5 minutes left in this third quarter. It's been extremely slow.
It has.
Third quarter.
Different pace from what we saw in the first quarter, first and second. I would have said that that pace would favor UT Dallas, but
again, Metzger just keeping them in this game, coming up with great saves, stepping up when needed, a lot of point-blank shots.
There's the bouncer. Nothing he could do about that as Jack Johnson with the bouncer to tie things up. We're sevens here in the third quarter.
Now this is the Louisiana team that we thought we would see to start this game. Great ball movement, just passing it around the outside. Hard alley dodge, the right hand, shooting it low on the bouncer. Nothing Metzger could have done about that one. A great shot, great speed off the dodge to make it even.
Like I said, nothing goes better with the third cup of coffee. The likes of D3 Lacrosse, and Johnson obviously had his Red Bull. Last guy you want to have the ball is number 7, Furka. Furka working inside. Oh, I missed the corner, but he was going for the lead.
His full speed is just so fast. And it's not just what he's doing with the ball offensively. It's in between the 30s, coming up with that ground ball over there, pushing it down and getting it into the O end. He's all over the field, and that's what good players do. That's what makes good players great. And I think you're seeing that today. It's not just his impact on offense. It's what he's doing outside of the offensive possessions. He's wide open in the middle here.
Oh, you called it before. And a little dance there from
Now, there's one guy you can't leave wide open on the O end. Is number 7 in white. Moving the ball through X, scanning the middle, heads up play, great vision. And he's like, hello, no one's going to guard me. And finishes it easily. And that's the thing, it's a heads up. He's standing there, they see him there. There's a lot of ball watching. And that's just a tough play because, like I said, that's the number 1 player on this team you don't want to leave wide open. He will make you pay.
And that's exactly what he did on that end. But again, UT Dallas not out of it. You're going to be out of it if you continue to turn the ball over that way.
The momentum has shifted entirely this second half. It seems like a totally different Louisiana team. Sense of urgency, full speed through ground balls. The face-offs have changed. Maybe it was just that early morning they had to get out of their way.
Like I said, the third cup of coffee, these guys had their Red Bull. And you saw right there, Dagnall wins at the face-off with another turnover for UT Dallas. I think the change also not only happening with Louisiana, but also on the other side for UTD, the numbers and just the effort that's being spent to stay in this game. Another hustle for a ground ball that's going to go out of bounds.
Metzger's vision on the clear is something that I like at times, but when you do make a great save and you back the ball up, I think getting it over safely is really important right now in a 7-8 game, not throwing it 65 yards and hoping for the best. He does a great job saving the ball, but you can tell they love to run and gun, and it's just not working for them right now in transition because Louisiana definitely knows what they're trying to do and is matching up on that clear.
Not Hail Mary times.
No, not time. And if you're going to do that, mix it up. Maybe try it once, go back to your, the original safe play, just to mix it up a little bit. Look for 33 in black to get the ball again.
Want to see these guys cutting. You see the pace slowing down a little bit. Guys are not moving with the same speed, making themselves available. Olet standing right here in the middle of that defense, but they can't find him. He has two guys, or one guy now in front of him. Got a shot, maybe a shot clock problem, and another errant pass and turnover.
And when you do slow the ball down, something that you want to reiterate is still that sense of urgency. Dodging with purpose, even if you aren't planning on going to cage, just to keep you engaged in the play at all times so that you don't throw balls like that over people's heads.
Another shot from Furka, about 15 yards out.
1 minute left in this third quarter. Just announced in the field we're about 18 seconds off. So keep in mind that here with the shot clock. Hopefully Louisiana can get the last possession, or at least down to a couple seconds.
Jake Johnson working his way through the alley. Another pass back behind the X over the top of the cage. Furka there. And the score. There he is. He sweeps the ground. This guy is feeling it.
Number 7 in white. Again, his ability to use both hands. It's a different look than we've seen his last couple shots. He's calling for the ball. It's a great skip pass. Switches to his left, burns his defender, stings it low. The ability to use both hands, especially as an outside shooter, is super beneficial. And you can see it right there, putting them up 9-7. A little under 30 seconds left to play in this third quarter.
And that's an extraordinary skill. Extraordinary skill, being able to switch from left to right. I hear coaches talk about that all the time.
Yeah, and as an offensive midfielder, especially when you are shooting from outside, it's a different look than a lot of attackers that like to use their strong hand most of the time. I know for me personally, I don't enjoy using my weak hand and probably would never shoot from outside like that with my weak hand.
Olet trying to get back inside. The check coming. They again trying to force the turnover. 10 seconds. 1 second, excuse me, and that is the end of the third quarter as Louisiana is up by 2 scores, 9-7, as we are headed towards a fast and furious fourth quarter here on Game On Sports. Play is getting set to resume for the fourth quarter. Heckman Harrison alongside Morgan Alexander. And Morgan has been calling it spot on. The guy number 7, he is the player to watch. If you are UT Dallas, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down, run multiple defenders out at him, but don't give him any of those open looks as we saw there in the third quarter.
Yeah, and he's shorter in stature, but extremely quick. A lot of time with the smaller players, that's where they really get you, is their ability to weave in and out of defenses and not allow them to get contact.
Those last couple of shots, he has been spot on, stinging the back of the net. And we've seen that. We've seen his dodge ability, but those last couple of shots, he's standing still and making these guys pay.
He's a great outside shooter as well as inside, which is what you look for in an O-midi.
Another win at the X. Inside, can they get the score? Yes, they do.
Quick in transition, had numbers, went full speed, found the backside open, took a quick step, and pinned it around the goalie. Watch the fakes here. He throws one simple fake, beats the goalie. That's a great possession for them, an ability to hesitate and not shoot so fast that you don't get a chance to fake the goalie.
The goalie on the other end for the Raging Cajuns is Corey Pellerin, and did the best that he possibly could, but that is a situation where he has a guy point blank range, nothing he can do about it. Maybe possession called in. Yep, we're going to get the possession to the Comets.
UT Dallas has come up with 2 big possessions out of the shoot here in the fourth quarter, giving them the opportunity to score some goals, as they did go scoreless in that third quarter.
They're winning at the faceoff. It's got to have some quality offensive possessions. You see them slow the pace down just a titch here.
Well, and they need to because of the lack of subs on the sideline.
You saw the windup coming from number 44. I don't know what you call that shot, but it was in slow motion right there. Now the Raging Cajuns only ahead by a score of 13 minutes here. They can't relax, Morgan.
No, definitely not. And the momentum has kind of shifted back in UT Dallas's favor. Scoring a goal here would ensure that they're not going to let them pull away and get back in this game.
This number 22 is bringing the ball in from the end line.
But again, look for 7 in white. They're eyeing him quite a bit in the middle. A lot of ball watching. Let's see if other people can get their hands free and get a great shot.
I wouldn't be eyeing him. I would be on him.
Yeah.
I would have one guy designated to be on him.
He hangs out in the middle and then backs out of that screen, and he follows the ball. The ability to follow the ball as it's on the ground and realize, hey, I'm not in this play, but I can be a part of it no matter what. Crashing on the goal at all times. Right, Ricochet here, picks it up. His ability to just shoot so fast off the pickup is so hard for UT Dallas to defend.
And you see the frustration right there from Metzger. You're right. He's Johnny on the spot. Ball comes right off of the pipe. He's right there. Catch and release. Another score for number 7, Furka.
But when you have a knack for scoring goals, you have that killer instinct. No matter where the ball is on the field, you'll find a way to be a part of the play. And he does a great job of that.
Dagnall trying to work through defenders, triple team, quadruple team. It's like, you talk about caution to the wind. He does not care. He's like, look, I'm going to work this thing inside, and I'm taking all these guys with me. He's been doing one heck of a job at the faceoff. They're going to have to get this guy an oxygen mask. Eaton Weber with the shot attempt for the Comets. Weber again.
The low bouncer, not going to go by him this time. Did a great job of creating that offense there by drawing the double team and dishing it out for the far shot. Just a great defensive stop there by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Pellerin doing a better job here in the second half. Another opportunity here for the Raging Cajuns, and if you're to UTD, don't take your eyes off of number 7. Well, I guess don't take your eyes off of anyone. Number 10 also with the score.
And a backflip to end it.
And the backflip.
And they're fired up. They're like, okay, the first half wasn't our best lacrosse, but the beauty of lacrosse is you have 4 quarters to get it together and gut out a win. And that's what they're doing here right now.
I think what was the craziest thing was we all kind of recognized it at the same, both recognizing it at the same time, the momentum shift and the body language shift from UTD to Louisiana. It's like, I don't know, FedEx delivered their swagger a little late here, and they finally got it. But once they got it, boy, they are staying with it. Got a boot or a glove.
Looking for UT Dallas to respond, get some more points on the board here. Another great stop.
Great stop, but even better feed as bodies are on the ground behind the X. Olet tries it with the roller.
They are peppering this goalie with shots, and he's just coming up strong. He's doing a great job saving those low shots. Maybe mix it up, give him a couple high ones.
We're basically saying the shots are getting to be a little predictable.
Yeah, and he's clearly a great goalie low.
Johnny Smith thought he had a window of opportunity trying to paint a corner. Missed it by about 2 inches. It's a bit of a different wrinkle here for UTD, extending the defense out far on the perimeter. On our second field, another D3 game, Houston and Oklahoma State. Houston up big. But how about that shot right in? And that score 15-7 on the second field.
It's a great ball movement play, heads up play. He's open down low, just holding the ball a little bit longer. The slide wasn't there, getting a great fake and finish.
Boy, Metzger takes that one right in the belly.
Another great save. Jeez. Metzger is doing a great job in net, but just has to unload it every time he saves it. I know that might be their claim to fame. I would just love to see him take a couple extra seconds on that clear and ensure that it gets up the field.
Dagnall with his shot. Boy, thought he had an opening there, but not able to get the score for number 17. 8 minutes, plenty of time, though, for UTD.
Oh, 3 goals is nothing. Can happen in a minute 30, maybe even a minute. That's why Louisiana has to take care of the ball and still have good possessions and not get too complacent here, because you're really not up by much. Lacrosse is a game of runs. We've seen that here today. UTD had the momentum first half. Third quarter was all Louisiana, excuse me. And now we're back to kind of even here in the fourth.
They have been testing this Comets defense in the second half. In part because of the guy right there standing in the middle.
Keep in mind, he was off the field that last possession, grabbing some water. It's good to have him back out there. You can see the impact he has on the defense.
The Comets are probably saying, go and drink more water.
Please stay off the field.
Yeah. He is making them pay. Oh, spin move back inside, a low to low shot.
He will get his hands free. He will. Missing the cage a little bit, but those shots will hit. It's just a matter of time here.
Was back to that quickness that you'd advertise. Basically just saying how fast this guy is. A shot clock violation. And everyone's questioning whether that last shot hit the goalie. But
I think it hit off a player for UT Dallas, which makes that not a shot clock reset, although I'm sure Louisiana was hoping for that, but unfortunately it's not.
We're trying to figure it out here. So they did say that there should have been a shot clock reset. So the ball is awarded back to the Raging Cajuns.
A little bit of an argument here on the sidelines, and what was that call? Did it hit the goalie? Did it not?
I don't know.
It's all hearsay. Unless we get the replay on that. Great dodge. They're amped up over here on the sidelines and on the field. Ability to use his body on that shot, shield off the defender. Watch this ball get spun, backside, gets underneath, finishes that ball. And we've seen the goalie Metzger for UT Dallas be so successful low here today. He just changed up that shot a little bit, shot a little bit higher, and had a lot of success there.
Yeah, nothing Metzger could do about that shot. Is he has done his best. We've seen this guy stand on his head for the first half, and I think right now he has been peppered with shots, and finally they're starting to hit the back of the net for the Raging Cajuns. Ground ball. And running to the end line, that's going to be a turnover. Another opportunity for the Comets.
turnover city here today.
Yeah.
On both ends of the field. Lots of forced turnovers. Getting a little too excited on the fast breaks, you might say.
Well, when you're down by 4 on the other end for UTD, you think they're going to try and increase the pace a little bit here.
Increase the pace, but make sure it's not an easy turnover, especially in transition. They have had success dodging.
We're right at about 5 minutes, 30 seconds.
And that's the play. That's what they're looking to do. They're looking to get all eyes on that alley dodger. Hopefully, the defender leaves 7 in white so we can step inside for the easy shot. But UT Dallas is not coming off him too much. But it's hard as a defender when you see someone sprinting down the alley to not leave. But what do? Do you leave him open? Or do you leave number 7 in white who's controlled this game offensively?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Jonathan Furka has done. Controlled this game. Got to find a way to keep the ball out of the head of his stick.
About a little under 5 minutes left to play in this game. It's definitely gone back and forth.
Time becoming of the essence right now for UT Dallas. Down by 4. In this situation, obviously, we've been talking about being able to score points in bunches, but if you're UT Dallas, when you haven't gotten any scores here in this quarter, do you start to worry that the time is not your friend?
Yeah, you do definitely have to have a sense of urgency and flag here.
Woo. Woo. Wow.
I think you see a little frustration on that. You turn the ball over, he easily picks up the ball.
Yikes.
And you just want it back, no matter what that takes. But now you're going to have Louisiana man up here.
Ooh, Colin Burgos takes the worst of that shot.
A little high.
Yikes.
On that cross check there. Which leaves Louisiana man up here, about 4 minutes left to play. Putting them in a pretty good position to advance.
They're gonna, wow. They're gonna wave the flag off on that cross check.
Typically you don't see that. Typically you see the call, you call a cross check. It's alternative possession. Oh my goodness, possession. Man, oh man, tongue twister over here.
Hey, and, the English language sometimes after you call so many of these kind of
yeah, you say the same thing.
It fails you.
But the possession stays with UT Dallas.
I wonder why they decided to wave that one off.
I think he thought it was legal, and they didn't agree on it. They thought it was a legal hit, and it wasn't too high.
Keeping his hands free, trying to find pay dirt, not able to get that score. Number 34, Johnny Smith, working as hard as he possibly could to get that score. Working through traffic, low to high shot. How did he find that? God.
Defensive frustration there. They knew it. They knew what they had to do defensively. But UT Dallas just does a great job of bodying through these defenders and getting his hands free, low to high. That's a great shot. Using his body. He's tall in stature. He has that length that not every player has. And he used it to his advantage here. Now score now 12-9.
12-9, UT Dallas trying to make a run to get back in this game. 3 minutes, 42 seconds left. They take a break on the field. We'll do the same here and return as play resumes on Game On Sports. Three minutes, 42 seconds left. And this D3 playoff game, Heckman Harrison alongside Morgan Alexander. And you saw that last score by UT Dallas. They've got to pretty much figure out a way to get some score quickly to get themselves back in this game.
In that timeout, we can hear the coaches for UT Dallas being like, 3 minutes, 3 goals, that's pretty easy. Well, it can be.
Better said than done.
Yes.
They've had their work cut out for them, especially with the Raging Cajuns coming to the party. And Cajuns do party, I'm telling you that right now. Oh, flag out.
That seemed a little bit like a football tackle.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you waved this one off, right?
Unfortunately, he's coming off the field hurt right now. It's tough to see. You know, we talk about that all the time. It's just the aggressiveness of the sport. Very similar to football.
Yeah, it takes the worst of that, and then he's kind of walking like he fell on his hip.
But now we have a man-up possession for Louisiana.
Hadn't had many this game, but...
No, we really haven't, and I think the hardest part about this is it's just not the play you're looking for right now for UT Dallas. Because, you know, 3 goals, no problem. Well, you putting them in a man-up position doesn't necessarily help your chances of getting the ball back.
I don't want to call it full prevent here, but I think that's what the Raging Cajuns are saying. Look, time is on our side. Let's play a mean game of keep away.
Now remember, there is a shot clock, so I understand the thought process of pressuring out here, but at the same time, there is a shot clock. And I would hate to see you pressure out and then make you pay, and now you're down by 4. If they do score, you have a chance at the face-off, but I say, you know, they kill this penalty, you still have quite a bit of time left to get the ball back on the face-off. Again, wide open here. There's a lot of guys open in the middle when you press out like that.
Not a good gamble. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Furka, taking the shot over the top of the cage. Possession staying on this end. What? And nothing to this surfboard celebration for Jonathan Furka.
Just another heads-up play, another quote-unquote garbage goal. His ability to recognize here is a check. Goalie comes out to make a play. He makes him pay.
And the celebration is everything.
He's had quite a few celebrations here today. He's a great player overall, very talented player. He knows it, but at the same time, like I said, his ability to be all over the field, not just on offense, just shows his lacrosse IQ and in the hard work that he puts in on his own. And he's really been the playmaker for this team today.
No, he really has. And they've looked to him. Get the procedure penalty. It's hard to imagine that in this game, UT Dallas led by 3 at half. Adjustments made on the other side, and Alette with the score. UT Dallas 10, Louisiana 13.
This game is not over. It's a 3-goal game, 1 minute left. Remember, the clock stops every time a goal is scored. And we saw how fast UT Dallas has been scoring goals when they do get it on the offensive end. A face-off win here for Louisiana could pretty much do it. But on the other hand, UT Dallas wins it. We're in a whole different ball game.
So an update on the game on field number 2. University of Houston beat Oklahoma State. So they will be in the championship. So the winner of this game will face Houston tomorrow for the D3 championship. And that is the end of this game. Louisiana 13, University of Texas at Dallas 10, as the second half belonged to the Raging Cajuns. And I'll tell you what, Morgan, I'll give you the last word on this game.
Yeah, it was definitely an offensive showdown. 2 very fast in transition teams, but Louisiana started off very slow, gutted out the win. Just shows a lot about their team and their ability to get down a couple and still come out on top. And there's something to be said for that. Not every team is great in those positions. So moving forward in this tournament, it's looking pretty good for them. And it'll be interesting to see how this next game goes for them.
So you guys make sure you stay with us as we have the Division II playoff round starting here in Melissa. We'll take a quick break and be right back for the start of Tulane, Texas A&M on Game On Sports.